All right. Well, I'm out here today. I'm still on my quest of clearing some of this stuff out. And you can see I'm kind of part of the way there. This tent's still here. It's about to be torn down. The one that was next to it over there is already down. It's folded up here. I'm going to use that over a tractor that I have out in a field and at a buddy's place. And I'm going to use that to give me some shade while I work on it one of these days. I've had it forever. But yeah, this will be coming down. So in the meantime, I'm still, I guess looking through all my products. I got rid of like, God, how many was there? There's 7 mowers, 7 weed eaters, and a leaf blower. There was all kinds of stuff. I was like, you know what? I'm never going to get on to these. Some of them are really just I was keeping for parts, but now they're just taking up space. Still have a bunch of mowers that I'm going to work on and get out of here, but I got rid of a bunch of stuff, and so now, and I have some spare engines. I've sorted out which ones I want to keep, and this one I'm going to work on today. It's a Honda. Well, let me show you what I got. Well, there she blows. This is the GX390, 13 horsepower, pretty big engine, pretty nice one. And you can see it's part of a pump of a pressure washer, and the pump has seen better days. There's, these fixtures are gone, and I'm not even sure if they work or not. I mean, I can test it out today, but the biggest thing is I want to get this sucker running, because this engine I definitely want to keep, and I might use it for an engine swap. You can see underneath the tarp here is that a golf cart, and right now it is a gas golf cart, and the engine runs. You can tell it kind of labors, and I forget what the factory is, about 9 horsepower, 7 horsepower, something like that, but and I've been clocked at 14 miles an hour on that thing. But this one, I was like, that would be kind of a cool engine swap. Get a little more horsepower on it, and then play around with the gear ratios, the final drive ratios, and put a lift kit on it and all that good stuff. So that's the plan for this one so far. I want to get this sucker running and save it for that swap. And when I take this off, you can see the cradle that it's on. I measured it off, and this generator will actually fit perfectly right there, and because this sucker is heavy, I forget how much they say it weighs, but it's way too heavy for me. I have a lot of back problems and all that stuff, and I am not going to push it. So I'm going to take the engine off of that and place the generator on here, mount it down, because you can see with the handle like this, it gives you a little more leverage as far as a moment arm, and has the big wheels on it, so it'll be easy to push. I think it'll be perfect. But it looks like I need a little repair on this too. You can see that needs to be re-welded. And the tires, I'll see if they'll hold air. I was rolling them around, with them flat, but I was still able to push it around. But anyway, first let's get it started. But I also have, just like this other that other Honda that I fixed up in a previous video, I'm going to put this dual fuel carburetor. I'm going to transplant it over onto this engine, and then while it's on there, then I can take measurements and see what I need to change on the golf cart. But that would be kind of cool to have a dual fuel engine on that golf cart, right? So I think that'd be a perfect fit. It's always like this, or even this generator, because actually I do have another one that would fit in here. Let's see, let me open this thing up. I know I'm rambling a lot here, but yeah, so I know it's just an easy bolt-on for that dual fuel carburetor, but you can see here this part of the frame will be in the way when it sits in here. That dual fuel piece will sit right here. I mean, it's just, so I'll have to think about it. I sure would like to have this made into a dual fuel. And right now, you know, you can see I don't have the air cover, no air cleaner, no nothing like that. Luckily, this thing is enclosed, so maybe it's not that critical. But I do want to have that replaced. But I think I will make this into a dual fuel. I'll just have to modify the framework here, do some modifications, maybe not, you know, I'll have to cut away some of this. Maybe not the whole thing. I don't want to give up too much of the rigidity, because this thing is put together really well. But I think that would be awesome. I'll have that dual fuel, have this dual fuel, because I think they work really great. And they're easy to install, and they're easy to operate. And this is a Hipa, H-I-P-A brand, and they're actually quite affordable, you know. So if you come into a situation where and I think, you know, between like a generator and this, a vehicle or go-kart or a UTV, you know, side by side, anything like that that has a Honda engine, you can always opt to have a dual fuel. That way you're just not stuck with one fuel source, you know. And it comes in handy, especially when you're out in the boonies somewhere. And if you run, you know, the natural gas or propane, whatever, they actually burn cleaner than regular gas, you know. It'll be interesting to test them out and see what kind of fuel mileage I get on it, but that'll come in a different video, I believe, after I get this thing set up to put in the golf cart. So let's get this thing running, and then we'll mount the carburetor. So I guess the first thing I'm going to do, I need to give it a good look over, right? Looks like the fuel is off. That's good. So I know I had started this before. It was a while back. I'm trying to remember how long ago it was. It was at least a year, if not a year and a half. So does that have, is that water? It actually smells like good gas. And it's very clean. Whew. But it looks like that little air filter, you can see it down in there. But yeah, oh, that surprised me. I know I just had it covered with a tarp, nothing special. Had it underneath the tarp and then underneath this tent. I'll have to get something better to get that out. Let's check the oil. Well, it's got plenty of oil, but it does need to be changed. You can see it's kind of dark there. So we'll definitely have to change the oil. And on this, I believe it's been off, and that's on is down. There's no label on it, but I think that's right. What else? Well, I guess that's it. Let's turn the fuel on. The choke is on. We'll see. I'll give it a little time to fill the carburetor bowl. You know, I was thinking too, if I put this into that go-kart, I need to find, I'd like to put a starter on this thing. I don't want to have to go under the seat and pull start this thing every time. I'm sure one can be found. I bet you it would mount right there on this side. But, alright, let's, choke is on, everything's on. Let's see what happens. Let's cross our fingers. Uh-oh. Man, that is freaking awesome. Well, I wasn't expecting that at all. That is freaking awesome. I haven't started this thing in a long time. Like I said, at least a year, if not a year and a half. And just cranked right up. So that, yeah, I'm very pleased. So, I guess I just need to get it cleaned up. But let's mount that dual fuel carburetor, and we'll get this engine stashed away. Yeah, so I'm taking a look, trying to get an approximation of where this is going to be sitting. Let's see, it'll be here, and then down. So it's going to be a tight squeeze with this wheel on here. Might as well take the carburetor off now and do a test fit. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased. This is a pretty big engine. Pretty nice. Alright, so those are off. And the carburetor's decent, so I'll save this carburetor for, I'll put it in my box for just in case. Go. Let's take off the governor. All right. There's a good carburetor. Is that right? Nope, that was right. This way. Yeah. See, it's just going to hit that wheel. Alright, so let's unbolt this engine. I guess I can go ahead and take this pump off of there and do away with some of the weight. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and take this pump off. Ow. Yeah, I don't think this pump was good to begin with. I can't remember how I got this. It was a guy that, and I think that's why they put it away. The pump went out and it was just too expensive for them. They just decided to get a new one, and that's how I got hold of this one. If I remember right, these were, I guess they were roofers. You know, they had this and an old gas air compressor, and I got them both from the same guy. And it was just because, I mean, they were ridden hard, you know what I mean? And Joker is on there. Second off. Man, this thing has been a bear to get off. It's just, oh, there it goes, finally. And I've been having to, alright, Gray. Yeah, I love you too. Damn. That Joker was on there. Yeah, so it's just 4 bolts under here. And it should come right off. And there's the little pallet. Let me go get that ready. Alright, that ought to do it. Alright, this is put on pretty easily. So the only thing this has that this doesn't have right now is the power output to close off. Let's see. There we go. For the fuel solenoid here. So whenever I rig this up with the battery and electric start and all that good stuff, then bingo, that'll be perfect. I'll just hook that up to the ignition key so that whenever it's turned on, poof, just like on any regular riding mower or something like that. But for now, you can see how it just bolts right on. That one. Fuel line will go right on. There's your governor. Let's go ahead and put all this on. Oh, can you see what I'm doing? almost too short, but it does fit. Let's see. Yeah, that's about it. Let's hook all this up. I hear my dog getting into something over there. Yeah, that's it. You can see it's just you just bolt it right on. That's cool, isn't it? And it's ready to go. So I'm going to stash this away. But at least now with everything on there, I can, whenever I take my measurements when I'm going to put it in the golf cart, at least I can measure the clearance. All the clearance and everything necessary for that dual fuel. So, well, I have to say that wasn't too bad. Those dual fuel carburetors sure go on so easy, you know. It's and I think I have another application here. I'm going to hook up this Honda generator and see if I can make that a dual fuel also. Perfect application. I just have to modify some of the framework on the generator, but I guess I'll do that on another video, because I'm going to take that, modify it with the dual fuel carburetor, and place it on this dolly that I just took this engine off of. Just trying to get everything organized. After that, I can work on some of this stuff behind me. You can see this lift and all this stuff I need to move. Get it out of the way, and I have a new tent I'm going to put up, and I'll show you that too. That's coming up. But yeah, it ought to be pretty nice. I've worn these tents out, man. One of these days I'll be in a spot where I can actually have a shop, you know, and be a professional at it. 'Cause I do like working out here in the backyard though. I can sit out here in my own backyard, play with the dog, you know, but a shop sure would be nice. One of these days. So anyway, I guess that's it for this video. Just wanted to show you what I'm doing with some of my spare engines, and putting another dual fuel carburetor on. Again, it's a Hipa, Hipa, and I can put a link to it on Amazon and on their website. And at this moment, if I get the discount code from them, I'll flash it on, and I'll include it on and include it below also. But right now I don't have it, but I'm sure they'll give me a discount code for you, and we'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll have it before I edit this video and post it, but yeah, so I guess that's it for this video. So as always, you know, thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe and watch my next video.